As an introvert, what irritates you the most? The assumption that it's something that needs fixing. People thinking that introvert means disliking people. I love people. I love learning about people. But when I want space to recharge, that's it. It's nothing personal. When I am completely socially and/or energy depleted, I've expressed my need for some quiet, alone time, and someone continues to try and talk to me. No, don't go home. You can just crash on the couch. And #X200B. Nah. People acting like it's a bad thing. People being obnoxiously loud or inconsiderate. It's like, do they not notice? The idea that being an introvert makes me asocial or socially awkward. I'm not at all. I still like parties and going out and doing things. I just need lots of time alone to recharge my batteries. People not really differentiating between shy and introverted. I'm both, but they're not the same thing. Small talk. I can't do it. I don't know what to say. Especially when I'm talking to a stranger. I work retail, so sometimes I get those RLY chatty customers. 1. Always being pushed to go out and be social. 2. Online dating. 3. Loud talkers who never shut up. Plus people who just don't shut up. 4. Awkward silences. When people come into my room and don't close the door when they leave. People assume I'm stuck up and they tell me to talk more. Edit. Wow, you guys made my morning. Thanks for the 1.6K plus up votes. Heart. When I just want to be alone and someone takes it personally. The assumption that some things are fun for everyone. Please, let me enjoy my book while listening to the birds in my backyard instead of spending the evening standing next to sweating people in an area that feels way too small for me to be there. I understand some people love going out. Why is it always assumed that everyone does though? People who think everyone has to talk all the time to have a good time. Be happy. I actually really enjoy to listen to people's stories and don't want to talk so much myself. Thanks. That I have to explain and convince my family that I need some alone time to recharge. That people assume introvert means being shy, socially awkward, or that we hate people. I cringe at this. When you tell them you are trying to do something, like read, write, listen to music, or say you are doing something that I think that obviously needs focus, and they just keep talking like you've said nothing at all. It's like they don't know what silence is, or even just a little bit of patience. Let me finish writing this note to myself, then we can chat. Why are you so quiet? Because I have nothing to say. Fuckass. The assumption that I must not be an introvert because I have social skills. I just don't like having to use them. Okay? It's exhausting to pretend to like you all. People usually sense me, so I don't have a lot of problems with it. The thing that irritates me is the people that don't know what introvert and extrovert mean, and happily label anyone. People thinking I'm lonely or depressed because I'm sitting alone at lunch or don't go out often. I'm perfectly happy and like being this way. Open plan offices. Just let me do my work. I don't want to have to feel on constantly. Do the hi head nod every time someone walks past me. Have my focus broken by having a chat every time someone feels like wandering over. By the end of the day, I'm drained and upset. You can't even survive. Forget growing in your career without so-called networking. No matter how top of the game you are in knowledge and skills. I'm in scientific research. It sounds harmless when people tell you need to have a big network of colleagues to get a good job. Does my research papers in high-impact journals mean nothing? Answer is not without friends who lobby for your job. I can't express how validated I feel after reading all the replies. When people want to hang out too often. When I finally have something I feel is worth saying and I get interrupted. When people make sudden plans and get angry when you are not up to going out. I need time to emotionally recharge. Shout out to the real introverts who be lurking. People with absolutely zero self-awareness. I have bouts of extroversion. I've learned it's called being an ambivert, so that can confuse people. When people ask me, what's up? 10 times a minute. Like, dude, I look like something's wrong, but it's okay. I told you. Someone coming up to you while you're clearly want to be alone. Forced, compulsory group assignments, projects. The obligation to get along with everyone, or at least fake it. Answering phone calls. When shopping for clothes, the salesperson coming over to help you. Entering alone an empty store. The guilt tripping after you say no to plans. And the way it feels like you have to have an excuse for being busy rather than just not wanting to go, just to avoid the guilt tripping. I think when some very extroverted people think they need to put you on the spot and push you out of your comfort zone for your benefit, and they don't get how much you don't want it. Like try to force public attention on you. Try to force you to make a speech. Try to push you to dance. Insist you go introduce yourself to people you don't know for whatever reasons, etc. Crowds. I fucking hate them. What's wrong? Are you okay? What's wrong? Are you mad about something? Are you sure nothing's wrong? People talking to me when I'm obviously wearing giant headphones. If I gesture to them to tell me later and then they start using sign language. When someone shows up to your house without any kind of warning. When people take it as a personal attack that I need time and space to recharge. People who talk. Don't listen and interrupt whatever you say to make the conversation about them again. My extrovert friend always used to try to get me to go to bars and dance or sing in front of everyone or whatever. Telling me I need to step out of my comfort zone. He tried putting all the attention on me once at a party and I felt so embarrassed. Quit making introverts feel bad for stuff they just do not want to do. A friend who claims to be introverted but gets mad at you when you need your alone time. Every week they call or text, expecting maybe today is the day. Tired Siren's overwhelming need to hikikomori herself into the 4RTH dimension is no longer present. Therefore let's make plans with everyone on our contact list, and their 20 kids under 11 years of age, to hang out together. Pandemic. What now? Even after explaining to them that, yes, you're still my best friend and I love you, duh. But I need to be alone right now. Every time you call I have to reset my internal clock. You are a person. So, yeah, I'm gonna lump you with everyone when I see I do not want to talk to anyone. No. OFFS. I am not mad at you, but sis, that's about to change real quick if you can't respect my boundaries. You're always like this. You never want to do anything together anymore. I don't like going to the movies by myself. Come with me. I'll even pay. Shopping is much more fun with someone else there. It's like we're not even friends. You don't want to talk. You don't want to come over and you don't want to hang out with everyone. You're not an introvert. You're just antisocial. If you also were a deviant who vandalized school after dark or go destroy the tide pools on the beach, I wouldn't be surprised. You're a psychopath. I'm so tempted to just reply with, yes, sure, I'm a psychopath. Now will you leave me alone for the next 9 days? I don't care for clubs. Yes, I'm bored. I told you I hate clubs. I hate dancing. No, I won't dance. You cannot comprehend how much I hate to dance. Fuck y'all. I'm going to the quiet bar across the street to watch the football game I was planning to watch tonight at home. When people clump introverts together with social awkwardness, social phobia, agoraphobia. They're not the same thing. 1. People not knowing what introvert means and thinking it just means shy or quiet. 2. People treating it like a disease. I had to sit through a presentation at work that was literally called, How to Work with Introverts. When people get angry because I do not continue small talk. When a person insists to call me instead of texting. Sometimes, people get mad at me for wanting to be alone and not wanting to socialize. If I'm knowledgeable about something, I like to make it known, especially if it makes me right. But as an introvert, I second-guess my knowledge so much that I just move on and hope someone else points it out. And then it sits in my brain for the rest of the day because I should have said something, but my social anxiety got the better of me. Anyone else? Forcing me to laugh. I remember back in 2nd grade when the teacher tries to crack a joke to break me. She always does it every class. Everyone was in it. That includes the minor subject teachers. It's fucking irritating. They even called me a killjoy for not laughing. Like, WTF, can't you at least come up with a better joke that is not cringe? And even if it's cringe, I could still laugh. Depends on how the person delivers the joke. When extroverts expect you to change your behavior to accommodate theirs. Social media being PPLS life. The need some people have to constantly talk. I can sit in silence quite happily. It annoys me most when it's obvious I'm doing something. Drives me mad on my lunch break at work when people talk to me when I'm eating or trying to relax and read my book. When people don't understand, recharge time is a real thing. People being inconsiderate. That I have to act like a different person every day to be able to afford living in this society. I mean, it's not hard to be nice or respectful, but I hate unnecessary social interactions like small talk. They are so draining, and at the end of the day I'm always so tired that I get nothing else done. So I'm always trying to do things at the weekend, but I'm really angry about that. Especially when I hear how some of my coworkers met their friends or get shit done during the week. It's unfair that introverts lose 5 days a week because of such stupid conversations. Also, that people like me. I know this sounds like a stupid problem to have, but it gets annoying when every single person wants to have a special friendship with you where you share everything with them. The worst is that this starts just because I'm respectful. Sometimes I question other people's social skills. I mean, I'm an introvert. So how is it possible that most people are so awful at social interactions that other people think me being respectful is such a special trait that they want to be my best friends? Crazy world, seriously. You'd think extroverts are the experts at communication. Why are you so quiet? Or, why don't you say something? Fuck off. I got work to do. I enjoy one-on-one conversations, but not really participating while in large groups. I will just sit back and listen when in large groups, or will have a one-on-one with the person next to me. My answer to the first two questions is usually, I don't plan my murders out loud. That gets a good laugh, but also makes them shut up and stop bothering me. I'm an introvert who's also really bad at saying no to people. I hate it when someone signs me up to do something in front of other people. Like, let's all go do stuff outside. And everyone's like, oh yay. That sounds awesome, are you ready? My name. And I'm like, oh yay. Then I'm stuck uncomfortable with large group of people. Just wanting to be home with my dogs. Drinking myself into oblivion to cope with the pressure of all these people talking into my ear. My small burst of extroversion. I 100% regrets my bad decision of making plans with people. Example, you ask? I planned a Sunday booze brunch with almost complete strangers I met going out. I took the plunge and went, since I planned it, and had a terrible time. I just sat there while everyone got drunk. I don't even drink. People who talk too much. Extroverts thinking we need to be adopted. I can socialize just fine. I don't need someone to babysit me. The people who don't understand that I don't need to talk to enjoy being around people. I can listen to your conversation and not feel left out. It's all good. I'm fine here just listening. You don't need to start trying to include me. Forcefully pushing me into the spotlight. I once had one of my bosses tell me, at my performance appraisal, that he would give me a rating of 4, but isn't, and is giving me a rating of 3, mainly because I don't seem to be talking to other colleagues and being chatty in general. I had to ask him how that has affected my performance or output, to which he said absolutely none whatsoever. If anything, I performed better than everyone else. But unfortunately, others feel that I'm not approachable, and hence he is forced to give me a lower rating. Well, fuck him. Things like very persistent, oh, come on, stay with us. If I'm going, I have a reason. I had a good fun. I start to be exhausted, so I see myself out to leave with positive memories. Don't make me feel bad for it. When someone comes over unannounced. Can I go simple and just say shoulder tapping? People thinking I'm mad or upset because I'm quiet. Extroverts climbing the ladder, not through talent, knowledge or skill, but through being likable. To be clear, this is not all extroverts. Just a few people that I've known. Missing job opportunities, being overlooked for a promotion because for some reason, companies think being loud equals competence and managing people better. Work happy hours on a Friday. I just don't have the emotional energy by the end of the day Friday for that. My friend does this thing where he'll call me and just stay and call for hours doing his own thing like cooking or talking with his mom, and I just sit there nervous that I'll confess to being a serial killer. Not that I am a serial killer winking face. People who try to hold a conversation with me when I'm wearing headphones. If you have an important question or something, sure I don't mind, but the amount of times I've had people talk at me till I removed my headphones only to small talk at me is super irritating. When my mom says, "Why don't you go out with your friends? You never leave the house, you're on your phone and laptop all day." When I've only had my phone on hand for 5 minutes since I was doing homework before and went out with my friends literally a day ago and was out for hours. When people ask me why I can't hang out. When people think that just because I'm an introvert, I don't like being around lots of people and hanging out a lot. Only different between me and my extroverted friends is that I can only recharge my metaphorical batteries alone or with like a single really good friend. When I Google introverts, the search result says stuff like, do introverts sleep? Can introverts have sex? Like all kinds of stupid stuff. Almost the whole Reddit starts typing. What's wrong? Bitch everything. Move along. Thwarted expectations for time alone. We're planning to go out, spend time together? No problem. I'll rest up for it. But you let me think I've got a night per day, weekend to myself, or our thing will be over at 7 and now it's 9:30 with no sign of ending soon. I'm going to be irritated as fuck. I didn't budget energy for this. Thanks for watching. See you later.